My name is Krystle Fitzpatrick, and I'm here to take you through a short yoga practice to just get you moving, right? If you've been sitting for a long time or you are even preparing to possibly have to sit for a long time, this will be a nice way that you can move your body, get a little bit of blood flowing. Nothing too vigorous, just creating just a little bit more space in the body so you are able to feel a little more mobile in your joints. And also just feel a little bit of freedom, maybe in the upper chest and the hips all over head to toe, right? So that's the goal. Come to a comfortable seat, whatever that means for you. Maybe that's sitting in a chair or sitting on the ground. We are going to do this practice primarily moving from a mat, so the ground, up to standing and then back down. So have that in mind whenever you set your space up. And just come to a nice, comfortable seat, sit up nice and tall, and then shrug your shoulders up, create a little more tension, maybe even more than what was already there. And then just mindfully roll your shoulder heads back and down just to open across through the chest and soften through the front of the throat, through the sides of the neck. Draw your chin down towards your chest and then just roll your right ear over to the right. Like the weight of your head is heavy so you can feel that stretch along the side of the neck. Roll your chin back to center and then let your head roll over to the left side. Notice a gentle or maybe even intense stretch there. Come back to center. Lift your chin up towards the sky. Open up through the front of the throat. And then back through center. Sweep your arms up and overhead and see if you can interlace your fingers above your head. Flip your palms up. Press them up towards the sky. You might even look up towards your finger. A slight little back bend here. And then as you exhale, you'll turn to the right. So left hand will come to your right knee, right hand behind you, a gentle little twist here. And then again, reach up and you'll twist to the opposite side. So left side, you'll look over to the left, right hand comes to your left knee or thigh, and then find a little gentle twist from your mid back all the way up. Maybe even look over your left shoulder. So nice. And then you'll come back up. Take one big breath in again and release the hands. Flip your palms up. Look up. So nice. And release. Shake that all out. And then interlace your fingers, but make one big fist with your hand. And imagine that you were tracing an infinity symbol. So you're just starting to warm up the wrists, get a little bit more movement there. So nice. And then you'll make your way to hands and knees, tabletop pose. If you have access to the ground here or a mat, spread your fingers nice and wide, and you can either tuck your toes under or keep them untucked. And on your next breath in, find cow pose. So you'll lift your tailbone up and you'll almost draw your heart forward, let your belly sink down. And then as you exhale, round your upper back towards the sky, drop your head, cat pose. Two more of those rounds. Inhale to cow. Slow exhale to cat. So really using your breath to find those two shapes. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Come back to neutral. And then find downward facing dog, but bent knees here. So really bend your knees a lot. Think about pressing the ground away. Send your hips up and back. And then just sway side to side. And let your hips sway. Maybe pedal out the feet, send one heel down at a time, feeling a stretch through the calf muscles, the back of the legs. And then take your feet a little bit wider apart here. Bend your knees again a lot. Walk your hands back towards them. And then you'll slowly roll up to standing. Let your head be the last thing to come up here. And then you'll arrive at the back of your mat. Right? Again, take that shrug of the shoulders up towards your ears. Draw them back and down. So nice. And then you'll start to take little swings, right? Like you want to stay buoyant in your knees here. So like a little bit of a bounce, a little bit of a bounce. And then you'll swing your hands forward and back. So you're not finding like this major back bend, but you're finding a little bit more movement here. So you'll swing your hands up, swing them back, swing them up and back. And I want you to feel like buoyant if you can. Swing them up and back, up, back, up, back. Let like momentum build here. So you're just like creating a little more movement, mobility in the shoulders. It might feel silly. It's okay. Take 2 more rounds of breath wherever you are. I like to do this to just like warm up the upper body, especially if I've been stagnant for a long time or I know I will be sitting for a while. And then rock your way to just a little bit of stillness here. Bring one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. Close your eyes. Take a breath in. Open up your mouth. Slow sigh out. Do that one more time. Breathe in, expand. And then this time, really audible, like ha. A nice sigh. Excellent. Take your hands to your hips. And if you want to, you can of course come to a wall here for stability. But once you bring your hands to your hips, see if you can balance on one foot and bring your right knee up just about hip height. You're creating this 90-degree angle with that right leg. And you'll take the right knee out to the right and then circle it back behind you a bit, right? Can feel a little bit wobbly, right? So you're essentially then bringing it back in line with your other knee and drawing it forward. You're making a circle here. So this big hip circle, draw it up, forward, back, behind you, and down. Okay? Do that about 2 more times. And then once you complete that last one, you might notice your left leg is like turning on to stabilize that movement. Once you complete that last one, cross your right ankle in front of your left. Plant your feet. Reach both hands up overhead. I want you to take your left hand to your right wrist, just like creating like a little bracelet here. You're going to reach up overhead, hard for you to see here, but you're going to reach up overhead and then lean over to the left. See if you can press down through your right foot more. And then that sort of tipping over action lengthens out your right side here. Awesome. And then you'll come up, switch sides. I want you to first find stability in the feet, ground down through both, shrug the shoulders up, draw them back and down. Switch weight into your right foot, hands come to your hips, lift your left knee up about hip height. And see if you can activate that left foot. It will help you with balance. At least it does for me. When I feel like I'm just hanging out and I'm not engaged, I am very wobbly. If I think about like almost invisibly pressing down with that left foot onto something, like I'm about to step up onto a chair, it activates my muscles in the legs. So I can find a little bit more stability and grounding as we start to make those hip circles. So draw the left knee forward, out, back and down. Again, recruit a wall if that's helpful. Can be very helpful. And take about 6 circles. So out, back, down. Asking the left leg to work, of course, but also the right leg. You might notice like, whoa, it turns on so you can stabilize. and create that moving action. Once you've completed that final round, there's no rush. You'll cross that left foot in front of the right. Find like a little hugging in action of both legs. Reach both hands high. Now this time it's the right hand that will wrap around the left wrist, right? Creating that little like bracelet-like action. And it's just so you can pull yourself up. Your left arm, can you reach it higher, higher, higher? And then you'll lean over to the right this time. And you'll come up. When you're ready, unravel. Land on 2 feet in that mountain pose again, one last time. You can interlace your fingers here, flip your palms up, press both hands up overhead, look up, little slight back bend in the upper back here. And then soften through the knees and just fold forward. You might shake out the legs, shake out the head, yes and no. Take one big breath in just to look to the front of your mat, get a little bit longer through your spine, and then walk your hands forward towards the top of your mat, downward facing dog. Deep bend in the knees here. Huge fan of that. Take a breath in to lift your heels up. And then as you exhale, drop your knees back down. Just one round of cat-cow here. Inhale to cow. Exhale, press down into your hands, round your upper back, cat. Come back to neutral. Find a seat. Sitting up nice and tall, just to land in a moment of stillness. If you know you want that full sort of rest on the ground, you can take any final shapes that you'd like, and you can land for as long as you wish, of course, in that sort of stillness lying down. If you're okay taking a seat and ending your practice, just like a little calm mini meditation, you can land there. If you want to sit up against a wall, sometimes it feels nice to have your back up against the wall. Wherever you are, open and close your mouth a few times. Maybe move the jaw side to side, move it around in a circle. If you're like me, you hold tension there without even realizing it. So just invite a little bit of softening there, softening in the shoulders, softening in the fingers, softening in the face. Take a breath in, all the way in. Maybe again, you open up the mouth, sighing out. Trace the breath in. Notice it leave. 2 more rounds in and out. Full breath in. Slow exhale. And if you feel grounded, you feel comfortable, you want to stay for a little bit longer, if the stillness is exactly what you have been craving, you can stay. You might even bring to mind, to close our time together, just like one word, right? Like an intention or something you'd like to create a little bit more of for the remainder of your day or the remainder of your week, maybe this entire month. That word might be patience, courage, strength, presence, ease, breath, whatever that word might be, just bring it to the forefront of your mind. And then know that you can use this intention or this word to come back to whenever you're feeling afraid or in a moment of challenge. You can come back to this word and take a breath in. Find a little bit of embodiment of that intention. And a calm breath out. Remembering that no effort is ever wasted. Thank you so much for practicing with me, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care of yourself. Be well.